I said,
Sorry, say that again.
how long is that? Like how many hours?
It didn't take too long. We started around 9:30-ish and we ended around 11 or so, or maybe
Oh,
11:30. So it wasn't too bad. It was a nice slow
mm,
walk. Um,
oh,
well, I didn't I kind of had an inkling that it was going to be longer since we were hiking with Brother Hamza. He loves to work out. But I didn't think it would be that long. But it was fun, right, Omar? It wasn't
mm.
too bad. How'd you feel the next day, Omar?
No, I was okay.
It was okay. So it wasn't too bad, right? It wasn't even really like a strenuous hike. It was more of a trail walk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alhamdulillah, it was good. So we're waiting on Abdul Salam to join us, and Farouk Mustafa might be joining at some point. I know he's traveling. He just arrived in Maryland, so we'll give him some time to get settled. Let's see. All right, that works. I think you guys can see my screen. Let me move this out the way. Start. Okay. Is my camera blurry to you guys? Do I look blurry? Oh my, do I look blurry?
Um. Yeah, a
Yeah.
little bit.
Hold on. If I can clean this up. Is that better?
Yeah.
Oh, I had to clean the thing. Oh, and I have this what's it called? The caption.
What's that?
It was something I figured out last night. You see the caption? Do you see
Yeah, I see the
as
camera.
I speak it it's funny. I hope it doesn't
Yeah, I like it. It's pretty cool.
you like it? I hope it doesn't irritate me too much. Assalamu alaikum, Abdul Salam. Welcome.
Assalamualaikum.
Alaikum salam. Hope everyone recovered okay from last week's hike on Friday. How did y'all make out the next day? Did okay? Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing. I want to see you guys' faces. Can you turn on your camera for me, please? Let me know how you feel. Oh, I felt fine. Okay, so Abdul Salam felt fine. Alhamdulillah. You weren't too tired the next day? Hang on real quick. I have someone at my door. Okay, sorry about that. Rashida, how did you feel the next day? Were you too tired?
No, but my back hurt.
Oh, is it better now?
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. And Omar said he was fine. Nafisa, you missed out. We have to make you do your own hike by yourself. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right, Bismillah. Let's go ahead and get started. Let me go back to sharing my screen again. All right, so we continue on to our week 2 of the Senior Star Summer Camp. Why did that go back? Let's see. All right. So as you know, this is a 2-week hybrid camp. We already went through, we've pretty much finished week 1. Alhamdulillah, it went well. And now just quick reminders about week 2. We are going to have 3 days of in-person meetings. So please keep that in mind. Those will be on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, inshallah. Today, we're going to be talking about our community service. And I'll really delve into the electronic recycling project, the e-recycle. On day 7, which is on Tuesday, inshallah, we're going to have STEM with SciTech to You. One of your colleagues, the Bryant brothers, are going to be joining us at the Learning Center to go through your day with you. Day 8, which is Wednesday, it's going to be a career research project that you all are going to complete. We'll give you more details about that. Day 9, Thursday this week rather, will be student field day. So you're going to have a mini field day, coming up with obstacle courses, deciding how, the winner is determined and things like that. And then day 10 will end with a career workshop / end of the summer camp party kind of thing. I just got that idea from one of you. I think it was Rashida. We were chatting, and I was like, oh yeah, maybe like an end of the summer camp party would be nice. All right. So today we are going to play a little game this morning for our icebreakers. You are going to not get to know, but rather introduce your fellow senior star. You are going to tell us that person's full name, what grade level they're in, what school they're going to, their siblings, anything about the siblings that you know, how many, their names, their age, if possible. Those will be extra credit. Where he or she lives. Do not cheat. So don't send any messages between each other asking for, what's your full name and what's your grade level and all that stuff. I just want to kind of get a sense of how much you know your fellow senior star. So I have assigned random numbers based on how you logged in today. So number 1 will be Rashida. Number 2 is Umar. Number 3 is Nafisa. And number 4 is Abdul Salam. All right. So hang on. I need to do this. We are going to do this on a wheel. So number 1 is Rashida. Rashida is going to, I need to take number 1 out. You're going to be paired with, let's see. You're going to be paired with, well, no, you can't be paired with Abdul Salam. We're going to do this again. Done. We're going to do this again. I knew that would happen. Get Omar, get Omar. Oh man, she got an easy one. You're going to be paired with Nafisa, which is cool. All right. So how am I supposed to do this now? Do I hide this person? No, actually. Okay, hang on. I think I did it wrong. I think I should still have number 1 there because it's not mutually exclusive. So that's fine. Rashida, write down Nafisa. You're going to introduce Nafisa, which I think is too easy, way too easy. And who's number 2? Number 2 is Omar. Omar is going to have, I should take 2 out now because you can't be, you can't be paired with yourself. Okay. Right, okay, let's see. So Omar will be paired with, introduce Rashida. Am I making sense? Yeah, I'm making sense. Omar would introduce Rashida, and then Nafisa is number 3, so I need to take her out and put 2 back in. think I'm making sense. We'll see. So Nafisa will do Omar. You will introduce Omar. All right. And now we're going for number 4, Abdul Salam. So I need to change this to 3. No, someone's already doing Omar. Let's do this again. I think the only option left is, so if someone's doing Omar, sorry you guys, it's hard to do this in the dark. Abdul Salam. To who? Who's finishing Omar? Oh, Abdul Salam, you're by yourself now. Is this because it's even? Hold on. I'll get it. Hold on. Someone texted me. Okay, hang on. How do I do this? Okay. You know what? I'm gonna switch it around. It's not so random after all. So Rashida is going to introduce Nafisa. Omar is going to introduce Rashida. So write this down, guys. Nafisa is going to introduce Abdul Salam, and Abdul Salam is going to introduce Omar. You guys got that? Let me stop sharing. I was trying to make this fun, but it didn't work out. Did you guys get that?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, you sound really excited, Nafisa. Not.
Yeah, I got it.
So let's have
God.
Rashida, go ahead and introduce Nafisa, answering those questions I just mentioned. So her full name, her grade level, what school she's headed to, anything about her siblings, and we'll be taking points down, where she lives, and any additional stuff you know about her. So maybe turn on your camera so we can see you. Thank you.
So I introduced her like I was her.
You'll introduce her as, this is Nafisa. Whatever her
Okay.
last name is. Yeah.
This is Nafisa. She's 13 years old. She's going to 8th grade. I don't know her school. I think she just moved. She has 3 other siblings.
Okay.
And 2 brothers and 1 sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you just know that she just moved. Cool. I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points for you, Rashida. Good job. So now let's have Omar introduce Rashida.
Her name is Rashida, and I don't know how old she is. I don't know. I don't know much of anything, actually.
You've not been paying attention, Omar? Any idea what school she's going to, or what grade level she's in, or anything about her
She's
siblings?
in 9th, I think.
She's in the 9th grade, okay. Anything about her siblings?
Yeah, isn't Abdul Salam her brother?
Are you asking me or are you telling us? I mean, like, we're not giving you
Abdul
answers.
Salam is her brother.
Don't give hints, Nafisa. Do you know where she lives?
Virginia, I think.
Okay. Oh my goodness, you got something. All right, we're gonna stop right
That's
there.
it?
You're clueless. You got 4 points, Omar. So next, Nafisa, introduce Abdul Salam.
His name's Abdul Salam.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, I don't know what school he goes to, but he lives in Virginia. He's going to 11th grade, and then I think he's like 15 or 16.
Okay. What else?
I don't know what age he is. He's like 17, I think. I don't know.
You better stick with
And
16 so you can stick to your points.
yeah, he's 16.
Okay. Anything about his siblings you can tell us?
I know he has a big sister who's my best friend Rashida, and I think he has 2 brothers and 1 sister,
Okay.
and I don't know what school he goes to. That's all I know.
All right. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. Good job. All right. So Abdul Salam, introduce Umar.
This is Omar.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to ninth grade.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I, I'm pretty sure he's homeschooled.
Oh, cool.
I believe he has 2 brothers.
Okay.
And he lives in Maryland.
Okay. Anything else?
That's it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job, Abdul Salam. Wow. So we have Rashida at 6 points. Omar has 4, Nafisa has 5, and Abdul Salam has 5. So a tie between Nafisa and Abdul Salam, and Rashida is the winner. Ding, ding, ding. All right, so I know this, sounds like a cheesy little game, but I think it's important that you pay attention to your colleagues, people you are with, people you're studying with, people you're hanging out with. So it's really nice to get a sense of who they are and what what they bring to the table, so you can interact with each other better. So thanks. Of course, we know that the one with Rashida introducing the face is kind of rigged because they're friends already. So I'll let that slide for now. I think when we have a bigger group, it will be much a little bit more fair, right? All right, so Bismillah, let's get into today's work. Oh, no, I have one more thing. Quick question. We're going to go around and answer this. If you could have one superpower, what would it be? I want everyone to take a moment to think about that. If you could have, let me put it up. If you could have a superpower, what would it be? And now I can't get escape. What would it be? I'm going to give you all a few minutes, like maybe a minute or so, not a few minutes, to think about that. What would your superpower be? Raise your hand when you're ready. Okay, Abdul Salam has raised his hand. Who else is ready? All right, someone else. Nafisa's ready. Okay, hang on, guys. Really quickly, let me. All right. So I saw Abdul Salam's hand up first, then Nafisa. Did someone else put their hand up? Oh, who else? Who's the third person? Rashida, did you put your hand up? Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get started with Abdul Salam.
I would have super speed.
Speed, super speed, you said? And why?
I can get to places really quickly.
Get to places really quickly. Like, give me an example. What would you do?
Like, I could maybe if my mom wants stuff from the store, I could just get it really fast.
Oh, so kind of like Flash.
Yeah.
That's cool. Thanks for that. Thanks for sharing. So next is Nafisa.
I have multiple because I'm too indecisive, but the first one that popped up in my mind was to eat all the food all the food that I want, eat the most unhealthiest, not get fat.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you're a foodie like me. Love it.
So then I can be burning all the calories. And then also
Sorry, I missed that. Say that again.
I said so then I can have like the fast metabolism so that I can burn all the calories but then still stay in shape.
Okay.
And then also see what's in people's minds, like what they're thinking.
Read minds.
Mhm.
Nice.
So then I
Well,
can
how would
see
that benefit you?
um so then I can see what people think about me and what they're thinking about every day.
Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Anything else?
And also I just thought about flying too,
Flying.
like Supergirl.
Ah, so do you want to like be able to fly so you can save people who are in distress, or you just want to be able to fly
Oh
for your
no.
own fun?
Yeah, for fun.
For fun. Okay.
Mhm.
Cool. Thanks for sharing. Those are interesting. All interesting. All right, Rashida, you can go next.
To replicate anything just by touching it.
Oh.
Um, like if I want to, of course, like not just by random.
Give me an example of what you would replicate by touching.
Money.
Ah, so you want to double, triple, quadruple your monies? Okay. I like that. What else?
I don't know, flying, I guess.
Say it again.
Flying.
Flying as well. Okay. You guys like to fly. Do you fly on an airplane a lot?
Not really.
Not really. But when you do, you really enjoy it, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you for sharing. All right. So next is Omar. If you could have one superpower, what would it be? And why?
Oh, matter manipulation.
What is that? Explain.
The ability to change anything into anything.
Oh, okay. So give me an example. What you would like to change?
Mm, I would like to like if I could change a Toyota to like a Ferrari or something.
Oh, okay. I like that. Without having to pay for the price of a Ferrari.
Yeah. Oh, and also time travel and teleportation. Those go well together.
Time travel to where? The future or the
and-
past?
And anytime.
To
And teleportation.
So what would be your favorite time or era you'd like to time travel to? I'm curious.
Uh, I don't know. 1700s maybe.
1700s. Interesting. So thanks for sharing, guys. For me, now that I've heard some of the things you said, my first one, what originally came to my mind was the power to organize things in a heartbeat. Like I want to have that superpower to just make things clean, make things organized, make things, put things in order and warp speed. Anyone who knows me well knows that I love to be nice and neat and everything in order. But I also think I wouldn't mind time travel. And my era that I would love to time travel to is maybe 1700s as well, antebellum South. But I don't want to be an enslaved person. But just the stories of that time era really fascinates me. So it'll be interesting to kind of see what's going on in real person. I also like the flying idea. Imagine wanting to be in a place and being able to get there in a flash. I'd love that. So anyway, thanks for sharing, you guys. Really enjoyed it. So that's that for our superpower discussion. So you all know of our organization, the AFIA Project. I'm curious to know, what do you know about us? I want you all to I really want you to write this down. So take out your journals. You should have your journals handy. If you don't have it right there with you, grab a piece of paper and a pen or pencil and write down what you know about the AFIA project. And no cheating, guys. Don't look us up online. Don't ask questions of each other. Just really honest jot down what you know about the AFIA project. What do you think we do? Okay, Nafisa says she'll be right back, sure. So go ahead and take, I would say 3 minutes or so to write that down, okay? What do you know about us? Okay, Nafisa, thanks for letting me know. Go ahead and answer the question. What do you know about us, as in the AFIA project? What do you know about the AFIA project? I think, okay. Abdusalam is ready. You're done? Cool. Just hang tight.
Yeah, I am.
All right, cool. Thank you. You'll go first, inshallah. All right. I think it's been like 4 minutes now, so you guys got some extra time. Abdul Salam, go ahead and tell us what you have written down.
So I said the AFIA project is a organization that focuses on helping the well-being of the community through community projects and educating people to do certain things that could help their own community.
All right, thanks for that. Cool, that's really good. So who wants to go next? Let's have Omar go next. Are you there, Omar? You're muted. Okay.
Yeah. You said 3 things. Well, I know that it's a nonprofit,
Okay.
and I know that it focuses on health disparities in the community.
Oh, health disparities. Okay, that's a big word. We'll talk about that. All right, thank you. What else?
And and it's and it's founded by my mom.
It was founded by your mom. That's me. All right. Thanks for that, Omar. All righty. Let's go with Nafisa next. So what do you know about the AFIA project? What did you write down?
Well, I wrote that the AFIA project is a nonprofit organization founded by you, and we do summer programs every year and programs during the year about career readiness. And before we did the summer camp, before summer break started, we did the Zoom meeting like every Sunday with Brother Hamza, and also the program focuses on helping the community.
All right, thank you so much. Yes, so what we did with Brother Hamza throughout the school year on weekends is the after school club. Thanks for your input, Nafisa. Good job. How about you, Rashida? What did you write down?
Basically what they all said.
So they covered it all. MashaAllah. Yes, you all did a great job. So I'm going to introduce the AFIA project to you all just a little bit. All righty. You guys did a great job, by the way. Thanks. You do know what we do. You have a good sense of it. So the AFIA project was founded by me, Dr. Demi Fozia Adibadilaja, and I'm also the executive director. So you'll see my face just about during every event that we have going on, so I can monitor what's going on. So who we are, our name is the AFIA Project, and it's an organization on a mission to disrupt and dismantle health disparities in the Black community through 2 prongs. Through number 1, public health and wellness promotion. An example of that will be the Courageous Conversations program that many of you attended, and maternal and child health programs, community field day, and so on and so forth. And through number 2, the second prong would be through scholastic achievement opportunities, such as the summer camp that you all are attending and our after school clubs. So I mentioned the health disparities, and I really want us to delve into that further, but let's keep on with who we are. So we are a nonprofit, a 501c3 organization, which basically means that we are officially recognized as a not-for-profit entity by the IRS. I wouldn't go too much into details with that, but basically means that we have recognition by the government. We were formally established as a nonprofit in 2020 in response to the COVID-19 crisis. I don't know, you all probably do remember what it felt like in 2020 when everything was shut down. There was nothing we could do. Everyone was home, the stay-at-home order and all that stuff. So rather than feeling helpless, I decided, well, let's put this stay-at-home situation into good use. However, the work that we do in the AFIA project really spans more than a decade in the community. We've been doing this, we've been doing bits and pieces of the work that we currently do for many years. Things like just calling up family, friends, loved ones. Okay, let's go hiking together. Let's get out there, get our kids out there and exercise, or talking about how to eat healthy and things like that. So we've been doing this for quite some time now, right? Where we serve the DMV area, the DMV standing for DC, Maryland, and Virginia area. So that's our main focus. However, we do have some folks who are outside of this area, especially when we're doing our Zoom based learning. So they call in from different parts of the country, from Texas, from North Carolina, and places like that. All right, so what's in the name? If you're wondering where the name AFIA comes from, it comes from this well-known supplication that we as Muslims make, asking Allah for wellness. Okay, so it says, Allahumma inni as'aluka al-afiyah, which is, oh Allah, I ask you for afiyah. The selection of this name is indicative of our prayer, our purpose, and our hope for the community that we serve. This is a supplication for well-rounded wellness in our community. So al-afiyah is an Arabic term that encompasses one's well-being. It includes being in a state of good health, wellness, being safeguarded from afflictions, and having adequate sustenance. So that is our hope and prayer for the community. I'm going to jump right into health disparities in a moment, but just hang on. I have an important phone call coming in. Just a moment, guys. Okay, guys, I just realized that the caption kept, recording my typing out what I was saying. But anyway, I needed to make that return a phone call really quickly. I have someone working in my home. So anyway, we are going to go on to the next. So we're going to discuss health disparities. Yeah. So On the previous slide, I mentioned the term health disparities, that the AFIA project wants to disrupt and dismantle health disparities. Does anyone know what health disparities mean? Any guesses?
The statistics with like diseases.
Okay, it has to do with statistics with diseases. Yes, thank you. Any other guesses?
Does that have to do with like viruses?
Viruses, okay, it could have something to do with how viruses affect different people in the population, put it that way. Omar, you mentioned health disparities first. Any idea what it means? Omar's not there. So Rashida said you have no idea what it means. Okay, so we'll jump right into it. So basically, health disparities indicates that different groups and communities can have markedly different levels of health and wellness. Some population may experience higher rates of cancer, for example. Others might be more likely to be obese or develop conditions such as high blood pressure. So these differences in health or medical conditions are called health disparities, and they can have a profound impact on the public health of a community as a whole. Okay. Can I get someone to read this US government endorsed definition of health disparities? I have a call coming in. Hold on, guys. All right. Can I please have, let's see, Rashida, can you please read this? It's really long long definition of health disparities.
A health disparity is a particular type of health difference that is closely linked with social or economic disadvantage. Health disparities adversely affect groups of people who have systematically experienced greater social or economic obstacles to health based on their racial or ethnic group, religion, socioeconomic status, gender, mental health, cognitive, sensory, or physical disability, sexual orientation, geographic location, or other characteristics historically linked to discrimination or exclusion.
Thanks for that, Rashida. So basically, health disparity is not just merely differences in health. It is a particular type of health difference between individuals or groups that is unfair because it is caused by social or economic disadvantages that one group experiences versus another group. I would like to explore some of the impacts, the causes of health disparities, and how we can address the problems. So for that, I'm going to go to the website. Here, you guys see this? Yep. All right. Can I have Abdusalam, can you read the impact for me, please?
The negative repercussions of health disparities go beyond just the individual and extend to their children, whole communities, and society at large. Health disparities are often self-perpetuating. Parents too sick to work, for example, can become low income. Unemployed, low-income individuals are less likely to have access to health insurance. If they're unable to afford healthcare, they could get sicker, making them even less able to find a new job, and so on. Getting healthy and out of poverty becomes increasingly difficult.
Okay, so let's pause there. Thanks for that, Abdusalam. So you kind of see it's this almost endless cycle. You know, someone who you may be doing fine, but you get sick, you not get thrown into poverty. The circle of poverty continues because because you're sick, you can't get a good job, or you're not able to go back to work and things like that. And that just really spirals some people all the way down into poor health itself. And also, when you have poor health, you probably don't have good enough insurance because you can't work. Typically, we know that working, having a full-time job, a very good job at that, usually is how most of us get health insurance. Okay, so this downward spiral can impact future generations too. One area of health where this is clear is in pregnant women and new moms. How healthy a woman is before and during pregnancy can have a major impact on her babies. For example, a woman who experiences chronic stress while pregnant, such as stress about one's financial situation, is more likely to have a preterm baby. Babies born too early are at a greater risk for serious health issues later in life. Many of these medical conditions can lead to pregnancy complications such as, again, preterm delivery. Health disparities. So let me pause there. Do you guys understand what this is talking about? Just give me a thumbs up or a nod or something. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So and we see this a lot in statistics, in American statistics, where Black women generally have poor health outcome, preterm labor, meaning they go into labor too early before the baby is at term. The baby is born with complications, the baby is sick, the mom has to take time off from work and things like that. And, kind of like perpetrates that cycle that I mentioned. So health disparities, however, cost Americans more than lives and livelihoods. Persistent gaps in health-related outcomes can also have economic consequences. One study in North Carolina estimated that states could save $225 million a year if health disparities in diabetes alone, could be eliminated. Another report estimated that reducing health disparities on a national scale could have saved the United States nearly $230 billion between 2003 and 2006. So examples of health disparities. Let's have Omar read this to us, please.
Okay. Health disparities exist all over the world, including the United States, and affect every age, race, class, ethnicity, and sex. Here are just a few examples. Infant mortality. Babies born to Black women in the United States die at more than double the rate of babies born to white women. Dementia. Black people also have the highest risk for dementia and are twice as likely to develop Alzheimer's disease than whites in the United States. Cancer. People with lower incomes and education levels are more likely to get cancer and die to it compared to their more affluent peers, and that gap appears to be widening. Obesity. Even after controlling for family income, rates of obesity in Black women and Mexican American men are substantially higher than other races or ethnic groups. Smoking. Native American / Alaska Native men and women have disproportionately higher rates of smoking as do individuals living below the federal poverty level and those who are unemployed. Binge drinking. Young white men are more likely than other groups to binge drink 5+ drinks in 2, which means 5+ drinks in a 2-hour period.
That's wild. So you see a lot of this examples of health disparities. It really cuts across racial lines, but unfortunately it affects Black people. Just generally speaking, it affects Black people more than our white counterparts, and then also Hispanics, so Mexican, Native Americans, and things like that. But so it's always good to kind of put this in context. Causes. Let's have Nafisa read this.
Income inequality. The U.S. healthcare system is one of the most expensive in the world, spending roughly twice as much on healthcare as other high income nations. On average, the country as a whole spends an estimated 10,348 per person in 2016, and healthcare spending accounts for nearly 18% of the US's gross domestic product GDP, a rate that's increased year after year. Americans pay more for health services like clinic visits, hospital stays, and prescription drugs.
Okay.
A
So this,
growing
hang on, I just want to scroll up. Okay, go ahead.
A growing income gap between the rich and the poor in the United States has made it harder for poor Americans to keep up. While top incomes skyrocketed between 1980 and 2015, real wages for low income individuals fell, making it increasingly difficult for poor people in the United States to afford basic medical care or engage in healthy behaviors. This in turn makes it harder to stay healthy or treat and manage health conditions.
Okay, thanks for that, Nafisa. So quick pause here once again. This is why at the APIA project, we focus on those two things, the health aspect. So we want to put out a lot of public health information, public health programming to, first of all, inform us of what the issues are and also help us start coming up with ways to deal with those issues. And the second one is the scholastic achievement. As you can see, how much you make, your affluence, your income has a huge impact on your health outcome. So someone who's poor may not be able to treat something, a small infection that can now eventually fester to a bigger infection or even to cancer, and they continue to spiral down their earning ladder until they're pretty much low income or living in poverty, which then really makes it hard for them to recover and puts their health at risk. So that's why we focus on those two aspects. And your scholastic achievement means that you're more likely to be a higher earning adult, which typically also is strongly correlated, not caused, but strongly correlates with you being able to afford healthcare. Even though generally speaking, honestly, the healthcare system in America is broken, we're just doing patchwork trying to address it. All right, so let's have Rashida, please read systematic discrimination or exclusion. Rashida.
All of it, or just the first paragraph?
Systematic discrimination or exclusion.
Social drivers like racism, sexism, ableism, classism, or homophobia can perpetuate
Inequities.
by prioritizing one group over another. These forces are so deeply ingrained in cultural practices and norms that many people might not realize they are happening. Oftentimes, these forces are the result of past inequities that still affect communities today. Take, for example, mid-20th century discriminatory housing practices. These policies force many minority families into neighborhoods without nearby access to community resources like public transportation, quality education, or job opportunities, all of which affect the family's financial stability and therefore long-term.
Oh, next paragraph, please.
Research camera Phyllis Jones used the gardening analogy in the American Journal of Public Health to illustrate just how this happens. Imagine, for example, two flower boxes, one with nutrient-rich soil and another with poor rocky soil. Seeds planted in the nutrient-rich soil will flourish, while seeds in the poor soil will struggle. As the flower goes to seed, the next generation will drop into the same soil, experience similar struggles or success. As this happens year after year, one box of flowers will always be more vibrant than the other due to the original condition of the soil. When people are separated and given different resources to start with, that is going to have an impact for generations to come.
Yeah, so I love this analogy. Do you guys really get it? Basically, your roots, it's, going back to the roots and the soil, which is the condition in which an individual is raised. If a group of people are typically raised in poverty, they're lacking, they don't have access to community services, access to all those things that keeps us healthy. They will always falter. They will always be at the lowest level of the community, in the community, in society as a whole, because their soil is not rich, so to speak. As opposed to those who are more affluent, they have the better schools, they have community programs around them, they have access to healthy food. They have access to places they can go to in order to be physically active. They have parks close to them, or gyms, or whatever it is that keeps them going to really encourage them to be active. They tend to be the group that's going to flourish all the time. So once again, we're trying to help create this for our community. All right, so environmental factors, I'll read this. Many health outcomes are the result of personal choices like eating healthy food or getting enough exercise. Excuse me. But many of those choices are shaped, influenced, or made for us by the environment we're in. Environmental health is the physical, chemical, and biological forces that impact our health, and they can be a driving force behind health disparities. It's hard for people to eat healthy, for example, when they don't have access to it in their neighborhoods, areas known as food deserts. So that's what they're called. So these are typically in the city, or maybe even, suburban areas, but typically in the city where, for many, many blocks, you don't have a very good grocery store. You just basically find liquor stores or little marts, shopping marts that don't have fresh fruits and vegetables that keeps us healthy. Another one, neglected tropical diseases, NTDs, are an example of environmentally driven health disparities. This collection of 20 plus conditions primarily impact the poorest of the poor, both in the US and worldwide, often due to lack of clean water or bathrooms. These conditions make it harder for kids to learn and adults to work, exacerbating the effects of poverty on people's health and well-being. So diseases typically fester in unclean environments. That's a well-known thing. So if we have folks who are living in neighborhoods where their community is dirty, they have sewage seeping through the ground, things are not being taken care of, they're going to eventually have diseases to contend with. And those diseases, again, mean someone gets sick, could be the parents or the kids, the community members are sick, people are not able to work, they're not able to make a good living and things like that. So again, that cycle continues to go on. I think that's all I wanted us to really get out of this one. Okay, I think that's it for that. All right. So before I go back, let me stop sharing for a minute. Any questions about what we've read so far? I want to get a sense of what you all understand as a health disparity. No questions? Okay, so let me ask you this. If I'm not able to, true or false, this is an example of health disparity. My parents are not able to afford the next what is it now, PS5 that's out? PS5 game. Is that a health disparity?
No.
No,
No, okay. So you're
just a
paying
game,
attention.
like, golly.
So that's like an extra stuff. That's a fun thing. It's not, a dire thing. Okay. So how about this example? Should have written this down. I'm trying to think out of my head. There are no trails. I live in a city, and we don't have any trails for me to go hiking. So I'm scared to and I also live in a very unsafe neighborhood because we have gang activities going on. Is that an example of a health disparity?
No.
Okay, any other thoughts?
Yes.
Yes, it could be, because then if I'm not working out, I have a high chance of being obese or overweight, right? So if I don't have parks available to me, and even walking on the street is not safe for me because my neighborhood has gang issues, for example, then you are less likely to venture outside and say, oh, let me go for a quick walk, right? So that would perpetuate health disparity in that community. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
All right. Let's think of another example. So I don't have access to those luxurious gyms. I can't go to the gym, but I do have a park right, next door to me, but I just don't have access to a gym. Will that perpetuate health disparity?
No.
No. Why not, Abdusalam?
Because you could find other ways to exercise, like through the park, like you said. Maybe.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I don't want you guys to think health disparities means, it's not really just the more expensive, the frivolous, things that seems frivolous aspects of things. Really, it's the basic, down to the very basic aspects of our health and well-being and our living. Things like just having a safe neighborhood where you can go down the street for a walk, or having a park around you. And the DMV area is great for this. We have lots of parks, or access to healthy food. Alhamdulillah, a lot of us have live close enough to places where they have farmers markets. Not so for everyone, but sometimes you also have to seek these things out yourself. So you're not constantly buying and ingesting processed food, because we know that does a lot of damage to our system. All right. So now that you've learned about health disparities and how that kind of connects to our work, I want to continue with what the AFIA project is about. You all did a great job really pointing out what it is that we do. So you're very knowledgeable about that. Next. So our mission is really to embark on, our mission really focuses on three main areas, which are health promotions, scholastic achievement, and serving the community. And we aim to carry out this vision of disrupting health and dismantling health disparities in a way that reflects Islamic values and principles. So we always want to keep that in mind. Visually, here's what we aim to do. It's pretty much trying to break the chains of health disparities, right? Okay. All right, so here are those three aspects. Under the health promotions, we have things like the mental health program, Courageous Conversations, like I previously mentioned. We have maternal and child health, which is our sister care village. We have the hiking. You guys got a taste of that last week, and we hope to really expand on that. And understand that hiking, it's not necessarily just that you go out there and run really, really fast, but making it a habit for you to go outside walk, even if it's down the block from where you live, around the corner, just being active and not so sedentary. Because we live in a world where we're mostly sedentary. Like we sit down for the most part of our day. And also having like family or community field day. Under the scholastic achievements, we have our after school clubs, which you all are a part of. So 3 different clubs. We have the summer camp aspect of it, which is what you are currently going through right now. We have STEM enrichment infused in that as well, in the after school club and the summer camp. And we have academic tutoring during the school year. And then for the community outreach aspect, we do have community drives. In the past, we've had e-drive, back to school drive, where we give out backpacks filled with school supplies, and drive through food pickup. I'm sure you all remember, especially when we were in the thick of things with COVID, how hard it was for many families to be able to afford just even the basic necessities. So being able to provide them with food was really, really useful and helpful for many communities. All right. So with that said, did you all learn something new about the AFIA project?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Okay. So what did you learn?
I learned more about the objective with the health disparities.
Okay, cool. Nafisa, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I agree with Abdul Salam.
Okay. All right.
Mhm.
Cool. Anything else to add to that? Rashida, Omar, nothing? Okay. All right. So remember, again, we mentioned that today we're going to talk about community service. So what does all of that have, all that I've shared here today have to do with community service? All I've shared about the AFIA project, what does it have to do with community service? No suggestions, no thoughts? Well, basically the AFIA project is a huge community service project being delivered to our community of Black and Muslims in the DMV area. Again, we do not discriminate. We will let anyone who is interested in any of our programs, we'll let them let them attend. But really our target audience are Blacks and Muslims in the DMV area. Okay, so what exactly is community service? Would anyone like to help us define this term? I'm gonna stop sharing. I want to see your faces. What do you think is community service? Omar.
Yeah. Basically, serving the community, like doing things that benefit the community.
Okay, I'll take that. Anyone else?
Volunteering to do actions that benefit the community.
Excellent. Volunteering is a good keyword in this. Thank you for that. Anything else to add, Rashida?
Doing something without expecting a reward.
Yes, absolutely. And
I have one.
okay, go ahead.
Committing to service hours.
Community service hours, that's very key. That is key. So this community service, do you do it, whose community do you do it in? Your community or some random place? Where do you typically do your community service?
In your community.
In your community, because you want it to benefit people in your community, right? Including yourself. Okay. So let's go back to this. So community service is basically work. Where is it? Community service is work done by a person or group of people that benefits others. It could benefit you as well, but the idea really is primarily to benefit others. It is often done near an area where you live. This helps ensure that your own community reaps the benefit of your work. doesn't much make sense for me to go to Manhattan and do some community service, like do a trash pickup around the community there when my community is, looking a hot mess, right? Not to say you can't go other places to do community services, but you really want to look inward first and see what does my community around me need, because it also helps motivate you more, right? You do not typically get paid to perform community service, although sometimes food and small gifts may be given, things like t-shirts are given to volunteers, okay? Again, it's really a volunteer service. So community service, I was looking into public schools and I totally forgot to look at your county. Nafisa, you moved from PG County. You're in Anne Arundel County now?
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that information, but I can look it up for you later. But what I really appreciated about community service now is it's not just called community service anymore, it's called service learning. So they're combining the service aspect and also a learning aspect to it. And I think that makes sense. Anyone want to tell me what they think the difference between just community service versus service learning means? Any idea?
Well, I think maybe just service would be just you working for a community, like volunteering and helping. But service learning with service, I think would be maybe you benefit somehow from
Hmm.
you do.
So yeah, absolutely. So there's basically some kind of learning going on. So it's not just you showing up and say, let's say a soup kitchen and just serving people and that's it. But you really learn about it, so maybe you go to a homeless shelter and you want to do your community service there. You don't just go there and serve the homeless individuals food, but you really learn what are the things that make them homeless? What are the societal issues that we need to deal with in order to reduce homeless populations? What can we do as community members to help address this problem, right? So that you include a learning aspect to it. So inshallah, that's what we're going to try to do with the APIA project every time we engage in community service to help you all as our students complete your service hours. So speaking of which, in PG County public schools, which would be a majority of those who are in are part of the STARS, the Senior STARS group, they're required to complete 72 hours of student learning hours. In my time, I think it was only 36 hours, so it's gone up, but they've also really tightened the rules around it. So again, that learning aspect of it, I love. So it's not you just going and doing something very basic, but really learning from what it is that you're doing. And for those of you living in Stafford County, you're not too far behind. You're required to have 70 hours of volunteer service. Also really honing it on it being service learning. So did any one of you know this? The hours you're required?
No.
No.
Nope.
No. And Abdul Salam, you're going to 11th grade, so you need to hurry up and get this
Yeah, I
done.
know. I've already been doing community service. So.
Oh, perfect, good. So make sure that you, these are things that you can actually get credit for. So wherever you're doing it, whomever you're doing it with, make sure that they're filling out your forms for you, okay? Because you don't want to scramble at the very last minute. And for the rest of you starting out in 8th grade, 9th grade, perfect timing for you. You need to start banking it. Also, you all remember Brother Hamza had you all create a profile on Raise Me. We also are in the process of being verified by them. The APIA project is being verified by them. So then you all can be assigned to the APIA project. And then you can, through that medium, you can also document your community service hours. And of course, if you need any signed once you complete community service hours, especially with this electronic recycling that we're going to be undergoing. We can sign up on your hours and stuff. So you can start making up your hours towards that. You do not want to wait until the last minute because it's going to be stressful and very little learning will be going on if you wait until the very last minute, okay? So you want to be very, very careful. Okay, so what are some examples of community services that you can engage in? I want to see your faces and I want you all to talk to me. Give me examples of community services that you can engage in. Omar, what are some examples? I've given an example of a soup kitchen for already. Go ahead, Rashida.
Cleaning up the park.
Cleaning up the park, absolutely. So how can you turn that into service learning?
Like helping the environment and stuff. Environmental awareness.
Say that again.
Environmental awareness.
Environmental awareness. So as you're cleaning up, you talk about why this is good for the environment and how the pollution affects the environment. Perfect. Omar, go ahead and give us an example.
Like going to the homeless shelter to like give like food and water and stuff.
Okay, and how can you turn that into service learning?
Health disparities.
Okay, you can talk about health disparities. So discuss how they are disproportionately affected by the situation of homelessness and what puts them at risk and things like that. Okay, how about you, Nafisa? Give me an example of community service.
I would say, just like Umar said, like giving out to the homeless.
Okay, give me another example.
Probably giving to the poor.
Okay, so you give to the poor. How do you turn that into service learning? So going beyond just giving money to the poor, you can turn that into service learning. How?
Health disparities.
Don't just throw the word in there. So you may want to explore what it is that sorry about that. You would want to explore what it is that puts them at risk for homelessness or poverty, actually.
Yeah, like.
So some of the issues could be like they have pre-existing mental health issues that was not treated. So they're not able to cope with life. A lot of times we see veterans who become homeless. So what's the Veteran Affairs doing about this and how are they addressing it? Where did the community or society drop the ball on this individual that puts them in this situation of being homeless? So yeah. Abdusalam, give me an example of a community service.
Maybe volunteering to maybe teach kids how to play sports.
Oh, yes, that's a good one. And how can you turn that into service learning?
The importance of exercise at a young age.
Excellent. Thank you so much. That's perfect. All right. I'm super impressed with you guys. Thanks for all of that. So let me go back here. So yeah, I'll read up some of the examples I have. So working with school children, maybe tutoring them after school, collecting school supplies to donate to them, planting a school garden, and you can turn that into a service learning by helping them understand the importance of a good education and how that ties into their future wellness, future well-being. Okay, Another one is working with senior citizens. We tend to forget them, but they are very much part of our society. So visiting residents of a retirement center, delivering meals to them, helping drive them to appointments. Of course, you have to be of age to be able to do that. And we can turn that into service learning by really educating yourself about the importance of keeping the senior citizens healthy even as they get older, because at that point really they're fragile, they're more fragile, and when they have health complications and things like that, it's really detrimental to their health, and we want to be mindful of their health and well-being, right? Okay. Improving the environment, someone mentioned this. So you can have a recycling contest, hint, 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 our project, electronic recycling. You may want to go plant trees, create new trails as at a nature center, and really talk about the importance of having a clean environment, because then we are protecting ourselves from things like cancer, pollution, and things of that nature. Another one is helping low-income people helping low-income people. So we talked about that. I think we talked about it more in terms of people living in homeless shelters, or people living in poverty and on the street. So we may want to pass out food at a soup kitchen, collect used clothing to be donated, making first aid kits for homeless shelters. And these are all activities that we're open to engaging in with you at the AFIA project. So if any one of you have any specific interest of something you want to get into, we can absolutely do that and help you complete your community service hours, okay? Oh, okay. I have this video that I'd like to share with you all. Let's see. Hang on a moment, let me get it ready. This is a video of a community service being completed by students in Prince George's County. It might be a little slow, but it's still gonna be useful. Hang on. What are your thoughts about that? Oh, did you all fall asleep? Rashida, Nafisa, Abdusalam, where are you?
Thought it was really interesting that.
Interesting. So tell me what it was about, Abdusalam.
So I thought it was interesting that some of the people there that they decided to study what they learned from some of that service they did in college.
Yeah, that is very interesting. So definitely being knowing that whatever you learn along the way could really influence what you end up doing, or really help shape your interest in life. Okay, Rashida, you wanted to say something as well?
Not really. It was just like, it was interesting seeing like what they learned and stuff like that.
Okay, cool, thank you. So how did they turn this just basic cleaning up the I want to say park or something, clean up a park. How did they turn that into a service learning experience? Nafisa?
They use cleaning up the community in some way to make a program out of it, and so that they can learn what's good to help and clean up to help and take care of the community and the environmental impacts.
Okay. Yeah, so they talked a lot about the environmental impact of pollution. So, I guess this is, there must have changed from just community service to service learning over the years, because they realized that when students understand why they're doing the community service and how it affects their lives, they're more likely to really continue to practice that responsibility. Remember the teacher asking, well, is this going to make you think twice about just, taking out garbage and just dumping it on the floor, on the ground rather? And hopefully, yeah, the students will think twice before doing that, because the pollution, that that they had to clean up. First, they had to clean up someone else's garbage. It doesn't always feel good, but it's nice to see it clean, right? And then looking at how that affects not just the stream right there and then, but the watershed. She mentioned something about the Chesapeake Bay itself. Uma, do you remember what she said about that?
Oh, no.
You don't remember?
I remember. No.
So,
No.
so how do you think the pollution in that particular park, that particular area affects the watershed, the Chesapeake Bay?
I think that it like carried the pollution that's dumped into the stream to the Chesapeake Bay would then like harm the animals in the bay too.
Absolutely. Kind of looking at the circle of life, right? So of course, the pollution affects that stream. It affects the plants that grow there or no longer able to grow there. It affects the wildlife that's there, the deers, the turtles, and other creatures that would benefit from the plants there. It affects it could compromise the quality of the water that goes from the stream into the Chesapeake Bay. So it doesn't just affect those who in that immediate area in terms of the water, the pH level in the water, but also it could affect Maryland as a whole, because a good chunk of the state benefits from the Chesapeake Bay. So seeing how one little, seemingly small action of one person polluting in this particular area could affect not just your community, but the wider society. The bigger society in terms of the state is really, wow, it blew my mind. And it's a reminder that every little thing that we do does matter. So, all right, we are gonna take a break very soon. Yeah. I think I may go ahead and give you guys a break now, because then I want to get into the electronic recycling. But we're going to do a quick project first, and then just continue to discuss the electronic recycling. So we do have a long break today because I have to catch up on some things really quickly. And I hope to have also a guest speaker come talk to us about the environment later. So let's go ahead and take a break and come back at 11:15. Do not be late, guys. So get up, stretch, get some water, use the toilet, do what you need to do, and come on back by 11:15. Deal? Can we all do that? Thumbs up, thumbs up.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. So I'm going to put the timer on and see you at 11:15, inshallah. All right, Abdul Salam is here. Where's everybody else?
Here.
All right, Rashida's here. I see Umar. Nafisa, where are you? Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Alaikum. Good to see you all. Okay. Okay. Let's minimize this. Welcome back. Hope you guys got a chance to get some quick snacks, water, use the toilet, and do everything you need to do. Okay. So let's go back. Oh yeah, we're talking about recycling as a community service. Let's see. Yes, in my screen, yes. So as we mentioned earlier in the camp last week, we are going to be focusing on electronic recycling as a community service, and you all can earn community service hours or service learning hours, I should say, through it. And so we'll do the learning aspect today, and then send you off once again to go out there and collect electronics that we can recycle. We partnered with an electronics recycling company named EcoPhones to do this. So it's also a way for us to raise funds for the organization. Let's see. So now I am going to split you all up into two groups. And we are going to discuss why recycle electronics. So I want you all to come up with, where is it? Oh, no. Huh. Why? Give you some answers already. So why is it that we recycle? Why should we recycle electronics and which ones should we be recycling? So I'm going to split you up into two groups. It's going to, and put you in breakout rooms. You're going to have 15 to 20 minutes to do this. So do actual research, like go online, look up information. I want you to come up with a very cohesive argument and explanation of what it is, why it is that we need to recycle our electronics, what's in the electronics, what makes it dangerous to not recycle it, and also what electronics we need to be recycling, okay? So hang on. So everyone got the question? Why recycle electronics and which ones, right? Let's see, I'm doing a breakout rooms. Here they are. So once I assign you to your breakout room, please go ahead and go. Open our rooms, 15, 20 minutes, okay? Okay, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back. Trying to juggle 3 kids doing different things at the same time. All right, everyone's back, right? Perfect. All right, so Team Nafisa and Rashida, go ahead and share with us. Why should we recycle electronics and which ones should we recycle?
So many old electronic devices contain toxic substances, including lead, mercury, cadmium, beryllium, etc. And when e-waste is tossed into landfills, the chemicals leak into the soil and polluting the groundwater as well as the air. And recycling saves raw materials that can be repurposed into new devices. And reusing old devices prevents e-waste and keeps it out of landfills. Nafisa, you can go.
Oh yeah, and then also, oopsies.
You forgot?
Shut up.
Why did you say shut up?
Be quiet.
No. Why do I need to be quiet?
Because I said so.
No.
Is that Nadira?
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum, Nadira. We miss you, lady. All right, be nice to your sister, Nafisa. All right, so what more can you add to this? So what your partner has said?
Oh yeah, it's oh yeah, the benefits of recycling old electronics. It helps create jobs in the recycling and manufacturing industries in the United States. And then also it supports American manufacturing and conserves valuable resources to create more recycling jobs around the world.
All
And
right.
that's it.
All right. Thank you so much. I love those. Okay. So Team Abdul Salam and Umar.
Okay, so it's good to recycle electronics because it reduces landfill. The because the more electronics, because a lot of electronics go to landfills, and reducing that would come from recycling them, and the it would actually save energy because recycling them could allow like companies to get the materials, and they wouldn't have to spend a lot of money on energy from using large vehicles and machines to extract those raw materials from the earth. And another one is they could use those materials to create other electronics to like for like newer versions of the electronics.
Okay.
More.
Um, yeah. So we recycle like electronics to one, preserve the environment, and also to decrease like the amount of unnecessary trash inside the landfills, because a lot of that stuff is recyclable, and it's just filling up space in the landfills.
Okay. Anything else to add?
Yeah. Uh, and also we want to keep the in addition to keeping the environment healthy, we also want to keep the animals and plants around us healthy. So when we consume them, like animals and plants, we reduce the risk of us getting sick.
Thanks for that. Okay. So any more to add?
No, that's it.
No? Okay. Thank you all, you guys. So I heard couple of things in terms of themes. I heard the theme of jobs. So we are actually creating jobs. That's something we don't always think about when we talk about recycling electronics. You guys talked about pollution, which is a huge concern in terms of landfill waste and things like that. So we don't want to pollute the earth. I also heard preservation of life, of animal life, human life, animal life, and plant life is important. Conservation, so around some things around pollution, conservation, reducing the landfill, preserving energy so that manufacturers do not have to now keep digging for new resources. What else did I write? Reusing the old things that we have, the resources that's already been dug up and used in previous electronics, we can reuse it for newer ones, preserving their environment. Another thing that I think we really need to think about is just political stability of other countries. We're not going to get too deeply into it, but know that a good chunk of these raw materials, you mentioned them, cobalt, cadmium, mercury, and things like that, are actually dug up in sub-Saharan Africa. So different African countries are actually at war sometimes over these natural resources because it's something that everyone in the world wants. Everyone wants a cell phone. Everyone wants the newest gadget. Everyone wants iPads and tablets and Apple Watches, and all those things require those raw materials that we typically get from countries in Africa. And if it's a country where the government is not stable, it's a free for all. So everyone's digging, and sometimes it's unsafe. Sometimes you have kids doing the manual labor of digging for these resources, and it can be very dangerous. So it's really, really and then a very huge issue that we need to address in our world. Okay. I'm gonna share my screen once again. Okay, so, oops, okay. So we've discussed why we should recycle electronics, and these are basically the reasons. We want to be environmentally responsible. We want to reduce air pollution, soil pollution, and water pollution, which is very key. We don't have clean water, we cannot stay healthy, right? No e-waste exports. So I mentioned just now the fact that this raw materials are gotten from developing countries such as African countries, but also know that some of this waste, when the old cell phones, for example, typically if we don't recycle them in the US, it's going to other countries that may not be able to have the capacity to properly recycle them either. So we're polluting their lands, which is not fair. No prison labor, I mentioned that previously, I believe last week. So we are not using prisoners to do labor, to do the cleanup. No landfills, of course. All right, I do have a few things before we get back into our project. Let's see. I have something I would like for us to read. E-waste and what happens when we fail to recycle electronics. Oh my goodness. I remember this particular phone, the Nokia phone. It was so popular way back when cell phones were just still kind of new and very few people had it. And some of these other gadgets, I'm sure I have them. Oh, that's an old cord phone. Anyway, so we're going to read through this. Today, the average person owns 3 to 4 electronic devices. Wow. But what happens after those devices become obsolete and replaced? The unfortunate reality is that a majority go into the trash can, generating e-waste. It may be the easiest option. Hang on, just give me just a moment. I have to do this. Okay, got it. Excuse me. All right. The unfortunate reality is that a majority go into the trash can, generating e-waste. It may be the easiest option at the time, but it can cause more harm than many realize. When disposed of with regular garbage, e-waste is highly dangerous due to the toxic elements released. Let's look at what happens when electronic devices are not properly recycled. So can I have Omar read number 1, impact on the soil?
Impact on the soil. After you throw out your e-waste, its next destination is often the landfill. E-waste can take thousands of years to decompose. During that time, it has a damaging and long-lasting effect on the environment. As electronics break down, they release toxic chemicals into the soil, contaminating plants and trees. Some of these chemicals include lead from circuit boards and lithium from batteries. They also have the potential to make their way into human and animal food supplies.
Yeah, so that's very important and quite scary. Number 2, groundwater damage. Let's have Nafisa.
Groundwater damage. Improper disposal of e-waste can lead to toxins including mercury, lead, and cadmium falling into the groundwater. Groundwater makes its way to streams, ponds, and lakes, which are sources of water for animals, plants, and humans. Contaminated water poses the risk of compromising the food chain and contribute to numerous health risks, including reproductive and developmental problems, cancer, and immune system damage.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard about cancer rates going up? People with more and more immune system problems showing up all of a sudden. So it's important to keep that in mind. Number 3, air pollution. Rashida.
When e-waste isn't recycled, It's often burned in incinerators. Burning electronics may seem like a good solution to get rid of e-waste, but it's actually harmful. Electronics are composed of plastic, glass, and metals, which produce dangerous emissions when burnt. Such emissions don't just pose direct damage to animals and humans, they also result in an increased rate of ozone depletion and greenhouse gases, contributing to global warming and climate change.
Yes, everything ties into climate change and global warming. I know I used to think at one point in my life that, yeah, if we burn everything, then it's gone, it's depleted, but it does damage the air, compromises our air quality. Okay, number 4, marine pollution. Let's have Abdul Salam.
If your trash doesn't find itself in landfills or face the furnace, the ocean is another likely dumping area. Millions of tons of trash, including e-waste, goes into the ocean every year. Since electronics are non-biodegradable, marine dumping is not better than any of the options. The result of marine dumping can be deadly to organisms, disturb biodiversity, and harm ecosystems. In some situations, the presence of e-waste and associated toxins can damage ecosystems to the point where recovery is questionable, if not impossible.
Yep, definitely something to keep in mind. So why should you recycle electronics? Besides taking care of the environment and minimizing health hazards, many reasons exist for electronics recycling. A few of them are data security. Proper electronics recycling takes care of the data on your computer or smartphone so it doesn't end up in the wrong hands. Precious metals. I mentioned this, I cannot stress this enough. It's possible to melt down and reuse old devices to manufacture other products, thus saving the planet's resources. If Americans recycle the phones they throw out every year, they could save enough energy to power 24,000 homes. Other uses, your old electronic devices likely to function for another year or two. Help give a second life to your old device. So you can actually just pass it down to someone else. The law in some states like New York and California, it's illegal to dispose of electronics with your trash. So you can actually get in trouble or fined. Save money. Some companies allow you to trade in your old device for a discount on a new one. Simplicity. Today, numerous ways to recycle electronics exist. You don't need to go out of your way to help save the planet. Sometimes you can simply put them in your recycling bin, or you can take them to Best Buy, or you can participate in our e-recycling program and help us actually make some money from recycling it the proper way. Okay, so saving the planet. Let me see. No, I'm gonna have someone read this. Saving the planet, how to recycle electronics. Let's have Nafisa go again.
Contributing to the planet's safety has never been easier. When you need to get rid of an electronic device, you have several options. Take it to the recycler, find out which organizations in your community help with recycling old electronics. Take advantage of online sources like Earth 911, Recycling Search, or call to recycle to locate nearby options. Bring your electronics to a tech company. Some electronics manufacturers and retailers have set up recycling and trade-in programs. You can recycle your old electronics and often receive discounts on a new purchase. Give to charity. If your device is still in working condition, you can give it to a charity or nonprofit organization in your area. Make sure to get a receipt. As a bonus, you may qualify for a deduction on your next year's tax return.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so growing problem. As the number of electronic devices manufactured every year soars, the e-waste problem grows. Even though people tend to hold on to their phones and electronics a little longer than they used to, the turnover of such devices is still huge. The more e-waste is generated, the larger a toll it takes on the environment and health, locally and around the world. In the current world of technology, recycling should be an everyday practice. Educate yourself on the necessary recycling procedures for the electronic waste, for your electronic waste to create a long-lasting change. All right, so that's really good reading. I think I have some more things here for us to benefit from. Let's see. All right, yeah. So e-waste disposal, the importance of recycling, why it's important to avoid tossing your old electronics into the trash can. Just take a quick look at this picture. Do you all recognize any of this electronics? It's before your time, definitely. Does anyone recognize anything?
Some of them.
Yeah, I see like a TV or
Okay,
computer screen.
cool.
TVs and
I think I used to have a computer screen like this in college. That was like my first personal computer. That was just mine with like the speakers on the side. I think my dad used to have a stereo like this with the cassette player. This is so old. But the thing is, these things are actually still functional, but because they're outdated, we just want to switch it out so we can have the newest and latest gadget. So people today are buying more and more electronic products than ever before. Newer, faster technology is being introduced every day, which results in constant upgrades of electronic equipment. This means that the now obsolete models of computers, mobile phones, and gaming systems are discarded on a regular basis. Electronic waste or e-waste is a term used to describe these now undesired electronic products. Read on to learn more about e-waste disposal and why recycling is the best option for you and the planet. So e-waste disposal, why recycle? Let's have Rashida. Can you please read those 4 bullet points?
Many old electronic devices contain toxic substances that include lead, mercury, cadmium, beryllium, polyvinyl chloride, and
Chromium.
chromium.
See how hard it is to pronounce alone. So you know there's some really, really toxic materials. Go ahead.
And when e-waste is tossed into landfills, these chemicals leach into the soil, polluting the groundwater as well as the air. Electronics are made of components that contain valuable raw materials. Recycling old devices save energy. It also means that fewer raw materials need to be drawn from nature to create new devices. Reusing old devices prevent e-waste by keeping it out of landfills. It also saves the resources used to recycle them. Additionally, reusing electronics helps other less fortunate people in your community. So take your old devices to be refurbished if possible and give them a new life. Finally, recycling saves the raw materials that can be repurposed by producing new devices. As a result, energy is saved, pollution is reduced, and there are fewer greenhouse gas emissions released into the atmosphere.
Thank you for that. So basically, it covers everything that you have all shared in terms of what you found from your research, right? We know that it's more prudent to recycle. All right. Let's see, where am I? We already went through this. Okay. So again, we partner with EcoPhones. And here are a list of some of the electronics that we can recycle: cell phones, tablets, inkjet cartridge, iPads and tablets, and many more other ones. You can look on their website to get a sense of exactly what it is that they recycle, they would accept. So That's their website. And it's easy as 1, 2, I say, you help collect the electronic items, and then we together will ship them off through the FedEx boxes with FedEx stickers on it. All I ask once again is that you help individuals wipe the data that they have in their electronics, but be rest assured that it's not a company that's going to be looking into the devices and trying to get your information. Okay, so quick question, where are some of the places that we can source for this electronics to be recycled? Where can you look to get them? Stop sharing, see your faces. So where would you look, Omar, to get to collect this electronics?
Like I want to say like storage rooms or something, or just places where old stuff are, because that's usually where a bunch of electronics are. Like if you have an old like printer or something, that's you put in like a storage room, or like I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely actually a very good suggestion. So typically in your home, you would have that place, that spot where you put all the junk, so-called junk, but it's actually not junk. All those old electronics that no one uses because you've already gotten something new. So you want to start from there. Ask your parents where that place may be in your home. Go look through it and try to get your hands on some of those electronics. Any other suggestions as to where we can look?
A lot of
Abdussalam?
stores and pawn shops sell old electronics for like very cheap prices.
Okay, well, I'm actually not, for this particular project, we're not asking that you go and purchase old electronics. We want you to actually, because that's costing you money. We don't want to cost you money. We don't want you to spend money, but we want you to go collect people's old electronics. So who would you look to, or where would you look?
Maybe your grandparents.
Aha, your grandparents may have some old electronics that they don't mind recycling. Okay, that's good. Rashida, any other suggestion? Who else could you ask, or where could you look?
Maybe in like your garage or basement.
Garage or basement. Nafisa?
You can ask your parents
Okay.
or go in your garage and anywhere in your house, like maybe like your cabinets and drawers that you probably haven't opened in a while.
Yes, absolutely. So as you're doing this, please note how long it takes you, because this, once again, is going to go towards your community service learning hours, okay? So here are some suggestions. You definitely want to ask your parents. So look in those spots in your homes, the garage, the basement, the storage room, and places like that. You want to go knock on your neighbors' doors and ask them, do you have any electronics that you'd like to recycle? And you should have your list of items handy, so they know what it is that's acceptable. I would say go ahead and accept just about anything. Don't say no to anything for now. And once you bring them in, we can then separate them and see what's acceptable and what's not. And whatever's not acceptable, I'm not going to ask you to send them back to, return them back to sender, but rather we would go ahead and go recycle them in the appropriate place by ourselves. You want to ask your aunts and uncles. They are always a great help out there. Ask them for some of the old electronics they have that they may not necessarily be in need of any longer. Ask your classmates, especially you teenagers with cell phones. Almost every year you get a new cell phone. So maybe someone has an old one that they're not using anymore. A tablet or a computer or something old and that doesn't really work any longer that they want to get rid of. So feel free to ask around. If you have a job, you want to ask your coworkers or ask your parents to ask their coworkers. So the idea is really to spread your wings and ask widely and, offer to go pick them up from maybe your neighbors and people or your aunts, uncles, or folks who want to donate their electronics for our project. And then inshallah, when we meet on Tuesday, also on Thursday and Friday, bring them along with you to the Learning Center, and then we will put them in the boxes and start packing them up and getting them ready to ship to EcoPhones. Any questions about that? No questions? Okay, and again, there's a $25 gift card for the person who brings in the most number of electronics. Okay, so please, we're trying to keep the environment clean and also this also helps us raise some money for the AFIA project so we can continue to serve you all in this wonderful, great way that we've been serving you. Stop this. So, any questions about that? No questions? Are you guys just shy? Nope. Okay, Rashida says nope. So Rashida, tell me, what's your game plan? How is Rashida herself? Rashida going to go and look for electronics to recycle?
Probably looking through my basement first, or my garage. Probably, I don't know. Probably just stick with that first.
Okay. Cool. Thanks for sharing. How about you, Nafisa? How are you going to go about collecting these?
I'm probably gonna ask my parents and look around the house and then ask them if they can ask our neighbors, because I guess they know them pretty well, like when we first moved here.
Okay, cool. And you're traveling, so you can definitely also ask the family you're staying with and ask around there, and hopefully you'll be able to pack them up and bring them along to Maryland on your way back. That'll be great. That's a great idea. Omar, what are your plans? What is your marching order in terms of locating and securing electronics for recycling?
I think I'll just look in the storage room, just try to look for old stuff. I think I've got a lot of it already. I don't know. There's probably more, but yeah, I'll get it eventually.
I agree. There are more. There's some that I see and I'm like, when is he gonna go looking for these? So yes, you need to try harder, go look around the house. You should ask your grandparents. They've got a few electronics they no longer use, and ask your auntie and uncles, okay? Okay, how about you, Abdusalam? What is your game plan? How are you getting this electronics?
I'm just gonna look through my garage and basement. Maybe ask some friends if they have electronics that they don't need.
Okay, so you want to start texting them now? Hey, we're doing this electronic recycling project. We'd like to collect any old electronics that you have that you no longer need. We'll recycle them in an environmentally responsible manner. So to encourage folks. I didn't hear anyone say neighbors. You guys go make friends with your neighbors. It's a great way to get to know them. All right, so we went through this pretty quickly. Let's see, I'm trying to see what else it is there that I may have missed. I think I got everything. Hold on. Sorry. Oh yeah, I was gonna share this. So on the website, the EcoPhones website, make this larger. They let me just give you guys a link. So please save this link so in case you want to look at it later to access it again. So they have prices attached to each item, but don't limit yourself to it because it says this is a price list effective 8/2/2021. Oh, they just updated it today. Huh. Okay, we pay for all makes and models, even if models are not shown on the list. So you're not limited to this list. Units will need an intact LCD, no visible water damage, and an intact hinge to receive listed price. We do not power up or test calls on phones, so they're not gonna make use of your phones. The recycling with this company is mainly to I don't want to say destroy it, but to open it up and reuse the materials that they contain, the electronics contain. Battery, charger, etc. are not needed for listed price. So if you have the batteries and chargers included, great. If not, we'll still accept them. If multiple in number, the following physical and cosmetic damages may disqualify a phone: missing parts, charger port damage, and excessive casing damage. I would say still bring in anything that you have, and then on the last day of camp, when we're separating them, we can decide which ones to put aside and recycle through another means. They said we add models to this list only when they have been received. Prices are subject to change. Models that do not appear on this list are considered and priced per market value. So some things you may not see here are still acceptable. Scrap cell phones will be properly recycled in accordance to the US EPA guidelines. So that's important. That was one of the things that was that I looked for before deciding which company we're going to go with. So the fact that they're following the EPA guidelines is very important. So we have them listed here. It could be as little as 20 cents. It's still decent amount of money to for a nonprofit like ours. No, this is $10. I don't even know what that is, Alcatel. Some of this brand I'm not familiar with. I wish they actually separate them by type, this is a computer, tablet, whatever, but this is still useful. They have here the Apple stuff and how much those are worth. So a mini Mac Mini, I guess it's $10. I guess it's really based on what's inside the item. Apple Watch is $12. Wow, something as small as that. So it's got to have some precious metals in it. Keyboards. Wow, Apple Watch. Different types of Apple Watches. Oh, okay. The prices go up. So you can take a look at this. The iPads too. Wow. Oh, wow. Oh no, who's going to recycle this? This is pretty new. Oh, wow. Okay. Anyway, you get the gist of it. They're listed there. You can take a look at it to have a sense of, don't bother yourself too much about the cost, how much they're giving, because ultimately our primary focus is to save the environment, right? To do our part. So go ahead and collect them. Let's have them properly disposed of. We are going to take our lunch break. It's going to be maybe a little over an hour because we're finishing a bit early. And then after we come back, we're going to have Najla Hall. She is a volunteer with the AFIA project. She is also a high school student like you all. She's going to be presenting on the environment and the implications for recycling and things like that, and also how that really ties into community service that we're discussing today. So stay tuned for her. In the meantime, enjoy your lunch. Does anyone have any questions, concerns, anything they want to share before we break for lunch? Oh, my camera's not on. I'm sorry. I'm asking you all for your cameras and mine is not on. Assalamu alaikum, welcome back. Hope you all had a nice lunch, but hopefully not too sleepy. Nafisa, I like picking on you. You're always lying down somewhere. All right, so we have on here with us Sister Najla Hall. Najla is also a high school student like you all. Najla, your name says Rakaya, by the way. You might want to change that.
I'm sorry, I don't even know how to change it.
No problem. I can do it. Rename Najla. All right. And what grade are you in again, Najla?
I'm going to 11th grade.
She's going to 11th grade. So she has a presentation for us about the environment, really a follow-up on some of the things we've discussed today. So I'm going to hand it over to you, Najla. Please go ahead and introduce yourself to the group. And Nafisa says she'll be right back. Okay. Go ahead, Najla.
Well, hello, my name is Najla, and I am, sorry, I'm 15 years old, and I just wanted to share some tips on how we can all help the environment. So I actually made a comic, which it's not about e-recycling, which I know you guys have been going over. It's actually about
Sorry, Najla, you're muted. Can't hear you. Sorry, something happened. Am I the only one? Can everyone else hear her?
No, I think you
No,
muted her.
I can't hear her. It doesn't show that she's muted though. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's not showing that you're muted, but we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Oh.
I don't know what happened.
Okay, so you didn't hear anything I was saying?
We can hear you now.
Okay, so you didn't hear anything I was saying before?
No, just so do it again. Sorry.
Sorry about that. All right, well, I was just saying that my name is Najla, and I'm going to be going over ways that we can help the environment. So I made a comic. It's not about e-recycling, which I know you guys have been going over. It's actually about deforestation, which is the practice of cutting down trees. It's also really bad for the environment. So I'm going to put the comic in the chat. So if you guys could just read that, that would be great. Does the link work?
Yeah, I opened it, but it's blank. Should I click on first episode?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I see it now.
Okay.
All righty. So do you want us to read on our own, or you want us to read it together?
Well, what do you guys think? Do you want to read it together, or do you just want to read it by yourself?
Together.
Together? Okay.
So what I would suggest then is, Najla, you share your screen, so we're all looking at the same screen, and you scroll on as we read.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. All right. Can everyone see that? All right. So Saving the Earth for Dummies, that's what it's called. And this episode is about deforestation. Sorry. So like okay. So this is just okay. This is the show where even dummies can learn how to make the world a better place. So yes, you're in the right place. I'm your host. Well, this is the character speaking. I'm your host, Chad Bradford, and I will tell you all you need to know about how to be an upstanding citizen of this planet. You're learning from the best. And yes, that's my assistant, Suzanne, who's the writer, producer, editor, contributor, financer, organizer, and founder of this show. But you can just ignore her. Today's topic is deforestation. And he forgot what to say. So, deforestation is the clearing or thinning of forests by human activity. It is mostly used to make room for farms and other agricultural practices like grazing for livestock, logging for paper and paper products, forms of urbanization, and palm oil farms. The most common form of deforestation is the clearing of forests by fire, aka slash and burn agriculture. When trees are burned, the carbon they stored is released back into the atmosphere. So clearing forests not only leaves more carbon in the air, but it decreases the amount of trees to absorb that carbon, thus contributing to the greenhouse effect. The heat from the sun enters into the Earth's atmosphere and is trapped by greenhouse gases, which are water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and oxygen. While some of the heat escapes back into space, the increased amount of greenhouse gases traps extra heat within the atmosphere, therefore raising the Earth's temperature. The rise in temperature can lead to a number of geographical changes, such as increased natural disasters, a rise in sea level, and a decrease in fresh water. About 28 million hectares, which is 108,000 square miles, have been cut down each year since 2016. That's about 1 football field of forest lost every second. This is fatal to biodiversity because many species lose their habitat, as well as people who rely on the forest resources, like indigenous tribes and such. And okay, so he's kind of bored. So step 1 to stop deforestation. Plant more trees. The number 1 way to have more trees is to make them, or just pay someone to do it. Organizations like these will gladly do it for you. And here are a list of organizations that you can donate to so they will plant trees. And also step 2, stop using paper. Why are we still using paper? Like, come on, we have Google Docs, Microsoft Office, and tablets, and you can practically do anything online these days. I'm sure we all experience through, virtual learning and stuff. But if you must, make sure the paper product has this logo on it. This is the FSC. So they make sure the organization, they're not doing any malpractice, and they plant all the trees that they use. So that's better. And also avoid palm oil products. Palm oil farms are the cause of most slash and burn agriculture. Since palm oil is in an extensive list of foods, it would be pretty hard to list all of them, but as a general rule, stay away from processed foods. They are most likely to have palm oil. Also, like some beauty products like this, but like those are kind of harder to differentiate which ones. And Kyle had a cake, but the cake was homemade, so homemade sweets can also that's also a way of avoiding palm oil, because you don't usually put palm oil in homemade foods. So, and then last one, like and share. So that's like just sharing anything you find on helping the environment and just spreading the word. Thank you for reading. All right, sorry if that was a bit boring. The next activity I have is a Kahoot on e-recycling, which you guys were going over last time. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Okay, do you guys want to do Kahoot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here. Last time it was a little hard to do it, so this time I hope there's no problems.
Really quickly, Najla, you did not really properly introduce yourself to us. So I want you to pause for a moment before we play Kahoot, which I'm sure will be fun for your peers. Tell us a little bit about your project and why you're focusing on the environment.
Okay, I'm sorry for not introducing myself
No
earlier.
problem.
Okay, so basically, I'm taking this class called Leadership. And for leadership, you have to make your own service project. And that's basically anything you choose. I chose to do an informational campaign, which just spreads information on the environment and what you can do to help. Because I'm sorry, because what's been a really big problem in today's society is climate change. So yeah, I just wanted to spread information about that. And I did a class before for the little kids, and now I'm doing a class for you guys. Sorry if I'm not as prepared because I'm not used to teaching people my same age. Usually it's younger children.
It's fine. You'll be just fine. Thanks for the introduction. So at least now we have context because we may be seeing you on many other occasions talking about the environment. All right, so go ahead. I think your peers are ready for Kahoots.
Oh, I'm sorry. I totally forgot how Kahoot works. Anyway, yeah, just go on another device and then type in Kahoot it. I'm going to share my screen, and then you can type in the pin. Is sorry, is everyone in? So
I'm
if
not sure if
everyone,
Nadira is back. Nadira, are you back? Sorry, not Nadira, Nafisa. Is Nafisa back? Oh, yeah, shit.
I'm
there she is.
humming.
Okay,
I'm back.
join.
All right, so that's everyone, right? I'm going to start. What is the definition of e-waste? 1, electronics that is either no longer working or used, or electronics that are broken, emails that's been put into trash, batteries inside broken and no longer used electronics. Next. Okay. So how is recycling e-waste used? Sells the parts of unused or broken electronics for money, reuses and recycles electronics that is no longer working and used, takes old electronics to fix them in order to reuse them again, or it's used electronics for experiments. Okay, good job. So, which of the following is not an example of e-waste? Vacuum cleaners, remote controllers, phones, or wireless mouse? It is true. Okay. What is the total number of elements found in a regular phone? Okay. Did you guys, is this something that you guys even went over?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
Sorry.
I don't know.
This was kind of out of the blue, so I can't do one quickly.
No, that's okay. You can educate us on that. So whatever it is we're getting wrong, they're getting wrong, you can tell us why it's correct or incorrect, and we can discuss it before you move on to the next question. We are here to learn.
So, do you remember? Okay, so which was it? Was the last question was about elements, which isn't. It's kind of like a chemistry thing. So I don't think you guys need to know that for recycling. Let's see what the next question is, and then we'll go from there. Why is not recycling e-waste properly a hazard? Okay, everyone's into it. Which of the following is not a benefit of recycling e-waste? Prevents toxic chemicals of electronics from affecting humans, prevents toxic components from leaking into the atmosphere and environment, reuse the materials from the electronics to make new things, or fix old and unused electronics. So what is not a benefit? Okay, so for the one that got it wrong, this one, it does prevent toxic chemicals from affecting humans and the environment. So yeah, recycling doesn't really fix old and unused electronics. That it can help, but like that's not a direct benefit. Okay, what is the percent of the old electronics? Okay, you probably don't know this, so I'm gonna skip it. So, true or false? E-waste is the fastest form of waste in the world. Okay, so sorry. I don't know about e-waste. Okay. So next. Which of the following is a way e-waste affects the environment? DNA damage, weaker immune system, water pollution, or coronavirus? Yeah. Why is there so much e-waste? People like to have new gadgets, technology keeps changing and improving. It's cheaper to replace than repair. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. When getting rid of an old and unused electronic, you should. Yep. Okay, nice job, everyone. Yeah. That's kind of it. I'm really sorry if this was boring. I didn't have that much time to prepare. But yeah.
It was fine, Najla. So you have anything else prepared, or that was it?
We can do another Kahoot if you guys want. But
Yeah, we still have some time.
can it just be like anything, or does it have to be about recycling?
Well, senior stars, what would you like to do cahoots on? Maybe give
Anything.
us some options. Go ahead, Nafisa.
I said anything.
Okay, so you guys just want to do a fun one because yeah. Okay. So what about movies? Do you guys like Marvel?
Yeah.
Does that
Yeah.
I think that'll be fun.
okay?
I remember the last time I watched one, but that's okay.
Did you see the newest one? What's his name?
Black Widow? No.
Yeah.
I wanna
Oh,
though.
yeah, I didn't watch Black Widow.
Oh wait, if the Kahoot's gonna spoil it, then I don't want to
Oh
play.
God.
It was pretty good.
Because Black Widow's supposed to be on Disney Plus, but you have to buy it.
Yeah,
I hate when they do that.
I know. And like, I guess it is cheaper, but like only if you have more people. And you're like, if you have a house of 6 people, then it'd be cheaper
Yeah.
than Disney Plus. But
You
okay.
shut up.
Or you okay? So let's do Marvel and then Disney because I feel like that's more widely known. All right.
How about DC?
You want to do Disney first?
DC.
Oh, DC. I don't even know DC.
Hmm.
I know Marvel.
Okay, so we're doing 2 Kahoots, Disney and Marvel. Okay, I guess we could do that, yeah.
These guys are so weird. It's like Avengers, Science, and Engineering. This is who. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna do it. Okay, this is kind of long. It's 24 questions, but let's just do it. Oh, I should have been sharing my screen. Sorry. here. Does music bother? Like, can you guys hear the music when I have when I'm unmute?
Yeah.
Music's fine. Music's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, if you don't want to join this, you don't have to. Just tell me when everyone who wants.
No, everyone's joining. Come on, Rashida. Come on, Nafisa. Let's go. Thank you, ladies.
All right. What is that? Okay, so yeah. Wonder Witch. Oh, I'm sorry if you actually listen to me. No, it's not the Wonder Witch. Okay, the Winter Soldiers. Oh.
I don't know how we're supposed to know that.
I know. Okay, I think it's the left. Yeah, right? Yes, I think it's the left. Yeah.
Oh man.
I thought you were lying.
I don't know. I didn't make this. I'm gonna guess along with you. So don't listen to me or listen to it if you want to. Okay. What date? Okay, who is this small character? What is, oh,
I watched Agents of Shield, so I know this.
why? It's so long. Why do you? Okay, I think it's just Chisik Hazard Intervention Espionage Logistic Director. Yeah. Why? Why couldn't they just have a shield? The most powerful villain in the universe.
Hey, for the record, he's not actually the most powerful villain.
Isn't it that guy?
And actually, he's not a villain.
Yes, he
Gonna
is.
destroy the
No, he's
world?
not.
He's an
No,
he's a villain.
He wiped out
Stop.
half of reality because of starvation and all that stuff, all the
I've only seen it.
suffering.
They just didn't want him to do that, so they saw him as a villain.
Yeah,
Um,
he wanted to end suffering.
What is
If
the
he was a
whole-
villain, after he did that, he would still be, conquering planets and all that stuff. But he stopped. He just went to farming or whatever.
Judah.
It's Steve Rogers.
Oh God.
Bond Doom Industries. Is that a thing? I don't think so.
Oscorp.
Oscorp? That was Norman. That's Norman Osborn. I think I know too much about the Steelverse.
I don't know. Well, I'm gonna say it's Rocket. I don't know though.
No, I know it's Drax. Wait, because he has 2 knives, right? Isn't that where he got his knife from? Yep, I knew it. Drax.
Okay, what is Abomination's real name? I don't even know who that is.
I never watched that. That's too old.
I know.
Come
What is
on. Thunderbolt Ross.
Emily?
I think it's Ross.
He looks
Oh no. Oh wait, no, he's a Red Hulk.
Oh, it was
Whoops.
I thought that said Emily. Who ends the Aether after the events of Thor?
Huh?
I didn't even.
I never watched that.
I'm gonna say the Collector. Seems just like that.
Who ends up in the Aether? I'm gonna say the Collector. I don't know. Wait, who is the Collector? I'm gonna search that up right now.
He was the guy in Infinity War. He was like stuck in the thing. What is the Tesseract in which Infinity?
It's easy. Think of teleportation. Oh, it's a space stone, guys.
Oh, see the Power Stone.
The Power Stone's red. Space Stone's blue. Soul Stone's orange or yellow or something. I don't know.
We have titanium alloy.
I can argue with this. If you get adamantium or vibranium, we should be right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Adamantium is I don't know if we're talking about the comics or the movies. In the movie, it's vibranium. In the comics, there's like a billion versions of a shield. In adamantium and vibranium, all of it. I think I got that one.
No, Red Skull is right. That's right. I feel like that's
Hawkeye's the one that sacrificed Black Widow, remember? They both got sacrificed.
Yeah, I know, but like Red Skull is. That's... Who is?
Ugh.
I don't know.
Oh, I know.
These people.
Easy. Yes, still on top.
What is the name of Tony Stark's personal?
Focus in the shield.
Honestly, I was gonna say Peggy
That
Carter.
was a misclick.
Oh God.
I bet you the next question again, who's the director of S.H.I.E.L.D.? No. Butler. Alfred. Oh.
Jeez. What is it? Well, he has a lot. That's not fair. It's
Nah,
like,
this man's a billionaire. He probably has like 100 butlers.
yeah, I thought Alfred, it's Jarvis. And then
Yeah, that he's not actually a person. He's an
yeah,
AI.
obviously.
I don't
Like,
that's-
what was Doctor Strange's profession before he became? Wow, well, that's really, really difficult.
Oh, that's easy. Did you guys watch the movie? If you
No.
did, you should know.
I thought it was gonna say like other things, but I thought it was like doctor, carpenter, and whatever. But like it's super obvious.
No, it's neurosurgeon because in the
Awesome.
beginning of the movie, he just came back from a surgery, and then he crashed in his Lamborghini,
What's the name of Peter Quill's alter ego? He has an alter ego.
Hmm?
Did I miss this? What is Peter Quill's alter ego?
Why didn't they just say which superhero he was? What's alter ego? That caught me off guard. Alter ego.
What? That's just his name. At the end of Avengers, where do they eat together?
Hey, I'm not gonna know that.
It's so warm. It actually is. Like, I'm not joking.
Oh, I was about to check you.
Look, I'm just guessing. If it's like obvious, obviously I'm gonna say like a really, but I'm not right. Sorry.
After Black Panther dies, Suri was Wakanda.
I hope so. Like Suri was
Wow.
like. Oh, last one. In the Marvel timeline, what movie would have been after Captain America: The First Avenger?
What?
What?
You
What
gotta be
movie?
kidding me.
Oh. So
After the first Avenger. Oh.
okay, I think
Yo, water. I'm just gonna pick Thor. Just because.
a whole different universe.
Oh man.
Captain Marvel.
Wait, what? Captain Marvel?
That came out. Like,
No, in the timeline. Correct.
that came out before Endgame.
Yeah. I mean, like in the timeline, but that's weird. I don't know.
So, how much time do you guys have left?
I think the program's till like 2:30-ish.
Yep, until 2:30,
Oh.
inshallah. And then we'll wrap up at that time. Glad you guys are making the best of it. Sounds like you're having fun.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I did not make a good lesson.
Oh, the collector is that weird looking guy with the blue chin.
Oh, okay. So, what else do you want to make? So, which genre? Merriam-Webster. That should be fun. You want to do Disney?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Let's see how well we know Disney.
Oh, no.
Okay.
What?
Tell me if you find one that you think is interesting.
Maybe the Peter Pan one. Oh wait. It says
These
science.
are actual.
Yeah. No, these go so into that.
I'm just gonna look at.
Well, let's do the one with Moana.
Practice multiplication with Moana.
Oh, not that one.
No.
Not that one. The one about the islands practicing.
All
I
of these-
don't know.
I don't think this is like the Marvel one, guys.
These are. Yeah, these are not. Let's do. I'll just.
Oh, how about we do a Kahoot about a show that we all watched?
Is there a show we all watched? Okay.
I have no idea.
All American.
What's that?
All American.
Okay, did everyone watch that?
No.
Okay.
Denise.
Everybody watched Star Wars, right?
No.
But like Star Wars, all the clues on Star Wars, it's gonna be like so in depth because like Star Wars fans, they know too much. Leadership lessons. No, we should do something that's like educational.
No.
I know. I know, but like that's what I don't want to be. I totally ruined you guys' lesson. Disney movies and characters.
Pop culture.
Which one?
Yeah.
Culture.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna fail. I don't think this
We can do the Olympics if you want.
the Olympics. Okay. Does everyone want to do the Olympics?
No, I know nothing about Olympics.
Me too.
So what about this? Do you guys want to do this one?
Disney characters one? Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
No.
Play.
Oh wait.
Oh, I want to join. I'll just join. Okay, that's everyone. No. Stop. Okay, everyone's in. All right. Yeah. Hakuna Matata. I don't even know the lyrics to that one.
I don't know every song in that movie.
Oh, I forgot. Oh. These are weird. Oh, God. Very good. That is very weird for a Disney.
Out of context, that is
Yeah,
not.
I know. I did not realize how weird that.
That's something Olaf would say though.
Yeah.
Pretty
Very
obvious.
If it was anyone else, that would be a problem. Oh,
I didn't even watch that movie.
you didn't watch The Princess and the Frog?
No, I don't watch Disney that much. I watch DC and Marvel. Watch, I'm gonna still win this thing. Come. Oh God. Of course, I had to be New Orleans.
What? Oh.
What happened to the screen?
Hmm?
I can't see the question. I don't know what's going on. Oh, okay, it's sped up now. Okay, I think I lost. I can't even see it now.
Sorry about that. My connection is bad. You'd have to really pay attention to this one. Now, who is gonna know this?
I don't know.
That's
Oh
so
my God, I watched this how many years ago? How am I gonna know how many bites she took out of an apple? Was she? Oh God, no. This is
completely guessing.
this is hard.
There's even who takes all the fun. I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe. Oh, actually.
do they tell you when New Orleans or wherever? Yeah, it's in New Orleans.
I'm done.
Yeah, this is the last. Oh,
I'm not a Disney fanboy. I don't know this, man.
This is a really famous quote. Like, you don't even, these are so popular. It's not, I don't think you even have to watch the movie.
Why are all in the same thing?
This was in Descendants. Come on.
Oh, Magic Mirror.
What?
Ooh,
No, it's
I thought it was
Mirror.
Mirror.
What?
me too. I don't.
It's not Mirror Mirror. I know that.
Oh, it's okay. Magic Mirror.
Sword of Stone. Which is, I don't know.
Merlin. What? I don't even know what that movie is. To be fair, I have no idea what this is.
I'm gonna say. Seems like that type of guy.
I
need Archie.
how do you even pronounce that? Archimedes.
Got it. And the Little Mermaid. What allies does Ursula use? A lot. Alias. Ooh, I can't read.
I didn't watch that movie either, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I said Vanessa.
I think this Vanessa. Oh my God, I knew it was Vanessa. I just pressed the wrong button.
Vanessa.
Instant regret.
What is the other name of experiment? Oh.
Oh, I watched this one.
Oh. Okay, can you get the charger?
Oh, this is
Literally the only Middle Eastern film.
this is.
Mhm.
How did I get second place? I don't understand. I shouldn't. I know anything about it right now.
My tab is so slow, like.
Okay.
Hate losing.
Okay, whoever lost, they can pick whichever one they want. What do you want to do next?
Oh, what is
DC.
What?
Yeah, DC.
Oh, DC, okay.
DC Comics. Let's go.
Okay, oh, wait.
Wait, whoa.
vote if you want.
Yes,
DC.
yes, right there. Who's who in DC Comics? I think that would be good, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This should be
Oh
easy.
my
Like,
God.
come on.
I watched the Arrowverse. I read countless comics. I'm gonna win this.
Yeah, then.
This is.
You don't even need to read it. Just open it. So I can get credit.
I'm not gonna play this one. I haven't met anything about DC.
I mean, same. You can lose with me. I don't know. I only know Batman is from DC, and that's pretty much it. Watch the president.
You know, there are like thousands of superheroes in DC. It's so much.
Look, I don't think anyone knows DC. That's why I think we should do another one. But let's just do like, because we're gonna run out of time.
Okay, yeah, we can do
Oh, yeah.
another. We can do another one.
Sorry. Okay, so what do we all know? I'm gonna do just like a trivia on random stuff.
Trivia.
Yeah.
Ooh, let's do something like
The
culture
emoji quiz.
based.
The emoji
Pop
quiz?
culture.
Pop culture, yeah.
This one?
No, nobody's alive in 2000. We're all like, who
Okay, so
who here was born before? Or,
No, do pop culture. Just do pop culture. It's everything, basically.
yes.
Yeah.
type up pop culture.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay,
wonder it's gonna win.
I'm gonna put my, just pick which one you want.
What?
Coke
Star Wars there. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, 30 questions should be good.
30 questions. I think we're gonna run out of time, but we'll do it.
We can stay late if we want.
You can do what?
I said we can stay late.
Oh,
Yeah, this would be like our last game.
Mhm.
Then finish or something.
oh,
Oh, I know this one.
oh. Hopper.
Okay, you're good, Willis.
Just stop it. Whoever's listening to me, stop. I'm just
I don't watch Stranger Things.
You didn't
I watched
yeah, I mean,
the Stranger Things is the best. Oh my god.
it's kind of overhyped in my opinion. In full, oh, I didn't watch Full House.
It is kind of scary at times though.
Am I like the only person in the world who hasn't watched Full House?
I didn't watch Full House.
Me-
I
I
don't know.
did, but that was years ago.
Is this Full House or Fuller House? Full House.
Full House.
Look
Oh my
at you
God.
guys. It's Full House in the 90s, and now it's Fuller House. I had to chime in. That was my show.
Eesh.
It's not from the 1900s.
Oh, that is easy.
Wrong. I feel like
They literally give it to you right here. Like the picture says it all.
okay.
But how do I go down?
How much I paid? Oh, I don't know. Started making trouble in the neighborhood. I don't know. I don't know what this is.
Hope I got it right.
I knew it was in the West.
Very.
I don't know who that is. Oh.
Is this a show?
What's GTP? Who's Barry Goldberg? Mom, do you know this?
What?
Jenkintown.
What is Jenkintown?
So weird.
No.
Jenkintown.
Hmm.
What, we have to type it? All right. I'm losing this one. Okay. Type your answer. How am I supposed to know that? Oh wait, I do know this. I never watched Simpsons,
I
but
typed in a random thing.
I remember watching a video on Simpsons, and that's how I know what it is.
You want me to skip it?
It's about to go anyways. This. I got it right.
Which one was right?
It's Springfield.
Oh, good for you guys. Oh, sorry. Testing.
Oh, come on. I don't listen to Lizzo.
Mhm.
Pick whatever rhymes.
Yeah. Okay.
It worked.
Oh. Can you even see those?
The first one's Michael Jackson. I think the next one is
Oh.
Notorious, I think.
Ew, Michael Jackson is known as the king of pop. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
I thought it was some Elvis something. In which state was Ted?
Looks like a typical California girl.
She looks like a California person.
She looks like a Pennsylvania person. Oh my God. I didn't even pick it.
In the Bon Jovi. Huh?
What's John Bovey?
I don't even know any.
The ballpark.
I know this one.
Oh. Just guessing over here, you know.
Mhm. Oh,
That was a
The-
guess.
The docks.
wow.
Wait, how do you work at the docks?
The docks.
Yeah, the docks.
The docks. You do dock stuff.
Dock stuff.
The sun. I don't know.
To the sky.
That's okay. Mm. That's what we're
Yeah, I know.
Does anyone know what song this is from?
Nope.
Nope.
Wait, if everyone's done, we can skip the time, right? Wait, how many people are playing? 5 or 4?
5, right?
Okay, we just wait for one last one. Or we could just let the second question.
Third. What's that?
What? Moon?
Bruno Mars, I guess.
Fixed it up.
Whoever said the movie, good job.
Oh my god.
Okay, movies. Finally.
Did you guys watch the new Space Jam?
Nope, couldn't watch it.
You gotta be like a super fan to know this.
Yeah.
Oh, like actually. You gotta like
I don't even know any of these songs. Okay.
You don't know Twist and Shout? And let
No.
Your
No.
Ball Out?
I don't, maybe if I heard them, I would, but I don't know them by name.
gotta be a fan.
Future.
Oh, I know this one. My mom made me watch this.
This is a weird movie. I remember watching this, I was so confused.
This was my first real time travel movie. Or show.
I don't know of any others. I don't like these type of answers. And
Oh, come on.
watch I spell it incorrectly.
Well, at least you guys gotta know this, man.
On.
Do you guys watch Toy Story or no?
Did anyone watch the fourth one?
No, I don't watch Toy Story.
I watched all of them. Because my siblings were watching them, so.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Wait, you guys didn't get that right?
I
We
think
did.
we all got the same answer, so it just didn't show.
Oh, okay.
Like everyone. What is this?
Troy. Wait, who's that guy?
I know, this is so easy. You should have watched them. What?
Yes, I knew it.
Oh my god.
How am I winning? That's
Why am I at the bottom?
cool.
Oh, wait, what?
Oh.
I forgot this guy's name. Wow.
I know it's a generic name.
Like, oh, I can imagine his mom yelling his name, but I don't know what she's saying. Okay. I guess I'll sit this one out.
Oh, Kevin.
Kevin McAllister. Oh
That's
my God.
right. Test your knowledge. Oh, we just did this.
Yes.
At least you get your
Yes.
DC content.
Yes. Yes. I'm gonna win.
Green.
Peter Parker.
Parker.
Come on, guys. Peter Parker.
That's
No, I do.
I knew it wasn't Peter Parker. I just guessed.
Everybody's at 8,000.
Special
I'm so far
hammers.
behind.
Oh,
Millionaire.
saying it out loud.
Everybody should know this. Come on. Valkyrie.
That's that's the girl's name, right?
That's not a hammer.
Yeah. Captain America's true identity. Why are they saying true identity?
What's the have to type it?
Oh,
What's it? Oh. Okay.
easy.
Ooh, I was about to put Chris Evans.
Yeah, it is Chris Evans.
Technically,
I mean, technically that would be right, but
Yeah.
I know.
Chris Evans, whatever.
Wait, if you put Chris Evans, would you win? Would it be right?
Actor.
What?
No.
If it was like Iron Man and you put RDJ, then yeah.
I
That's
knew it was Steve. I thought that we were talking about his real name.
That is,
Captain America's like fictional. Superman first kind of. I don't know.
Oh, I think I know this one.
it's 1945.
Oh.
It's
I'm
1938.
not falling for it.
I
It's
knew
1938.
that one actually.
I know it's 1938. Yes, yeah, let's go.
Did you actually know that? Or did you guess?
Nah, I guess.
Of course you did.
What are these? What are these higher than the least?
What? No, come
Endgame
on.
is first,
Oh, wait. Okay. Oh, this is easy actually. Oh, I'm done. I hope I got it smart. I hope I got it right.
I better have got this right.
I didn't even watch half the movies in here at theaters. I watched them like years after they were released. So I was, oh my god.
Enough. I watched all of them except the Avengers.
Yeah, I
I
watched it.
think I watched The Avengers, but
If you watch like some movies without watching the other movie that came before it, like if you watch Avengers before Age of Ultron or something, it's kind of gonna spoil it and you won't really need to watch it.
What are family books?
Family books.
Oh,
It's just a regular book.
oh wait, yeah. What is his name?
If you
Hold on,
don't know
what?
this, then I'm scared for you.
No,
It's
I
Wilbur.
have, but okay.
Porky.
Yeah, I definitely knew. Porky.
You
No,
can't call a pig Porky.
I just guessed.
It's like calling a cow steak. Hi, steak. You gonna feel good in my belly tomorrow. Oh, I love Roald Dahl.
Oh, I know.
I know this. Miss Trunchbull.
BFG. It's the
No. It's not BFG.
It was Diary of the Wimpy Kid.
It's definitely not the Wimpy Kid. Yeah, Matilda.
Diary of the Wimpy. That's a whole different author. Mm-mm.
Wait,
What does the B stand for?
what?
Oh,
In what exactly?
in Junie B. Jones.
I have never read any.
Me neither.
I
have
just
never-
guessed. I don't even know
I
what
have-
Junie is.
I have no idea. I'm confused, but I might get it right. Yeah, I got
Yep,
it right.
I got it right.
Beatrice.
Oh yeah.
How do we end up in last place?
And RJ Posh.
Uh,
What is the name of Posh?
who's Augie?
Oh, you
Wait.
didn't.
Oh,
Oh,
you.
isn't it that guy with wait? Is it that guy with the space helmet on or something? No, that's another movie. R.J. Palico's Wonder. What's that?
It's Beecher Prep School.
Oh, it's that thing with it's that one-eyed thing. Eye guy. One-eyed person. on the cover. Oh, wait. Oh.
Oh, I should ask this now. Would you guys be interested in going, like, doing a trash pickup
Yeah,
at some point?
I get some hours.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, how did I not know this?
Teacher.
Jeez.
Nice job. All right.
I just
All
added
right.
school at the end and I got it wrong.
That's
I
All
don't
right.
even know what it
Thank
is.
you. Thank you so much, Najla. I really appreciate it. I'm sure you guys had fun with your friend. It was cute to see you all playing cahoots. Stop sharing your screen for a moment. Thank you. So hopefully Najla can continue to join us on our meetings. And she'll continue to plan around environmental community services that has to do with the environment that we can engage in, and have you all get that under your belt. We can end here for today. Thank you all so much for your attention. Tomorrow we're meeting in person, same learning center. Make sure you tell your parents. It's going to be STEM with SciTech to you. So two of your colleagues, the Bryant brothers, two of them are going to be there with us, inshallah. Please, I can't stress this enough. Pack your lunch. We're not going to be able to go buy lunch anywhere. So make sure you pack your lunch and pack lots of water. It's kind of like an isolated area. You've all been there before, so it's kind of isolated. No one's going to be able to like just run down the street and buy anything. So make sure you have lots of lunch and snacks for yourself, enough water to keep you hydrated, and make sure you get there on time. So we'll see you inshallah at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Be ready to move around and get some STEM activities done. All right. Also, if you have any electronics you'd like to collect, you can begin collecting them today and bring them along tomorrow, so that we can start packaging, pre-packaging them already. Okay. All right. Any questions about today, tomorrow? No? No. Okay. All right. Inshallah, we'll see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Awesome.
Welcome.
All right.
See you tomorrow.
Inshallah.